Can bugs, actually feel pain?
Seriously, have you ever really thought about it? Like, you see a fly bumping into a window over and over. Is that just a little robot following its programming? Or is something actually happening inside its tiny head? Is it having an experience?
All right, so put on your detective hats because we are going on an investigation. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to follow the clues and solve one of science's biggest, tiny mysteries. So here's the big question at the heart of our case. Are bugs just little robots automatically reacting to things? Or is there something more going on in there? For a long time, scientists have been split on this. So let's check out the two sides of the story. Okay, so in one corner, you've got Team Robot. They argue that when a bug gets hurt, it's just a simple reflex, kind of like a vending machine dropping a soda when you press a button. But in the other corner, you have scientists who are finding all sorts of clues that hint at something way more complex. And the real tricky part of this whole mystery? Bugs can't talk. So we have to be smart about how we find our answers. Okay, first things first. Before we can look for clues, we need to know exactly what we're looking for. See, the words pain and reflex might sound similar, but in the world of science, they mean totally different things. Let's start with this big science word, nociception. It's pronounced nociception. Just think of it like your body's automatic alarm system. It's a physical response to something harmful. No feelings involved. It's all reflex. Pain, though, pain is a whole different story. The official definition says it's an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience. And that emotional part is everything. Pain isn't just an alarm bell. It's the feeling that comes with it. It's what happens inside your mind. Let me put it this way. Nociception is the alarm. You touch something hot and your hand pulls back instantly, right? Before you even think about it. That's nociception, the reflex. Pain is what comes next, the ouch, that really hurt feeling, and the thought, okay, definitely not doing that again. So pretty much all animals have the alarm system. The billion-dollar question for our investigation is, do bugs have the feeling? Okay, detective, our first clue takes us right to the source. Inside an insect's brain. We've got to figure out if they even have the right wiring, the right equipment to feel something like pain. And get this, an insect's brain isn't just some simple little blob. For its size, it's incredibly sophisticated. It's got these really complex hubs with awesome names like mushroom bodies and the central complex. These parts help them learn and remember things. So yeah, there's a lot going on in that tiny space. For a really long time, scientists looked at the insect brain and said, nope, the wiring's just not right. See, in us humans, feeling pain involves a ton of communication between different brain areas. The parts for sensing, for feeling emotions, for remembering. It's a big team effort. And this quote from Dr. Shelley Adamo really nails that old school way of thinking. Basically, the argument was, sure, they have different brain parts, but they don't talk to each other in the right way to create that feeling of pain. But wait, here comes the plot twist in our mystery. Thanks to some amazing new technology, scientists have been able to map fruit fly brains in super high detail. And what did they find? They found direct connections, like little highways, between the very parts of the brain they thought were separate. So the wiring, it might just be there after all. Okay, so clue number one. The brain wiring is looking a lot more interesting than scientists used to think. So for our next clue, let's zoom out from the brain and look at how bugs actually behave. Let's watch their actions. Like we said, since they can't tell us what's going on, their actions are our best clues. We have to ask, are they just doing simple automatic things? Or are their behaviors more complex, more flexible? In a way that suggests a real feeling is driving them. All right, check out our detectives checklist here. Scientists have run some really clever experiments. Do insects protect an injured body part? Yep. Do they learn to stay away from places where they got hurt? You bet. And get this, will they put up with something bad to get something good, like a sweet treat? Yes. For bugs like fruit flies and cockroaches, the evidence from their behavior is, wow, really, really strong. But hold on. Just when you think we've cracked the case, we run into some really confusing clues. Some behaviors that, well, they just don't seem to fit. And this is where things get kind of bizarre. You hear these stories, right? Like a praying mantis that just keeps on mating even while it's literally being eaten. Or insects that just keep trying to walk on a totally broken leg. These are the kinds of observations that really support that little robot idea, and they make our mysteries so much harder to solve.
Okay, team, we've looked at the brain wiring, we've looked at the behavior, the clues for and the clues against. It's time to put it all together. What's the final verdict?
So where does all this leave us? After looking at everything, where does the science actually land today? What are the experts saying?
And here it is, the big reveal. In 2022, a major scientific review, where experts looked at hundreds of different studies, came to a massive conclusion. They said there is, and I'm quoting here, strong evidence of the capacity for pain in insects like flies and cockroaches.
Whoa. So this is basically the current scorecard. For flies and cockroaches, the evidence is considered strong. For insects like bees and butterflies, it's substantial. For beetles, there's some evidence. And for a lot of others, well, we just need more research. But you see the pattern here, right? The more scientists look for it, the more they seem to find it.
Now, let's be clear. We'll probably never know exactly what it feels like to be a bug. Their experience is almost certainly going to be way different from ours. But the crucial point is this. All the evidence, from their brains to their behavior, is pointing in one direction. An experience of some kind is happening. They aren't just little robots. And that leaves us with a really big final thought. If even these tiny creatures might have feelings, might experience pain, what does that mean? How does that change the way we see the world and the trillions of bugs we share it with? It's something to think about, right? Thanks for joining me on this investigation.